On this week's show, we get to know some of our student athletes. We get an update from LTU Athletic Director Scott Trudeau, a recap of the women's soccer season, and so much more. So stick around. The LTU Sports Report starts right now. Hello and welcome into the LTU Sports Report. I'm your host, Jason Ross Jr. This show is presented by Lawrence Technological University and sponsored by Henry Ford Sports Medicine. Well, as you can see, we are working from home right now as everything is postponed until January. However, that won't stop us from keeping you up to date on everything that's happening at LTU over the next couple of months. Let's get the ball rolling on this week's show with a get-to-know segment for one of our women's volleyball student athletes.
Hi, I'm Isabella McDonald. I am a senior and I play volleyball. My favorite TV show is Grey's Anatomy because I love McDreamy and McSteamy. My favorite animal would have to be a koala just because they look cute. My favorite athlete is Zakiya Hunt because she was my best friend and I miss her. My favorite superhero is the Hulk because he's strong.
Well, the women's soccer team just capped off a very successful 4-0-1 fall portion of their 2020-2021 schedule. I had the chance to sit down with head coach Andy Richards to talk more about their secrets to success throughout the fall. So, Coach, 4-0-1 was the record through the fall portion of the season. No losses there, just the one tie with Cornerstone. In your mind, how do you assess what's been a really good start so far to this 2021 season?
Yeah, excellent. I mean, we really couldn't have asked for more. When we sat down before a ball was kicked, we felt pretty confident that we could get a result out of everyone. In our dreams, we hoped for 5-0 and became pretty close. So I think looking back, you go, well, the Cornerstone was the one we didn't get. And I know in overtime, we had plenty of chances to have done that. But I also remember the second half of that game being pretty scared because they seemed to be all over us. So in truth, what we expected. I think the Concordia one was one that we felt was going to be the biggest challenge of the other games. And luckily, we came out the right side of that one.
Again, 4-0-1 after the fall portion of the season. Not many people expected that. They had you picked to finish sixth to end the season. Now, as you venture into the spring portion in a few months here, where do you see your team headed now sitting atop the conference at 4-0-1?
Well, first of all, I kind of like that we were ranked as sixth because I think that served as good motivation for us, I think. As far as the spring goes, I mean, obviously we've put ourselves in the best possible position of anybody in the conference right now. We have the most points. We've played some games, so our spring is not going to be as hectic as the 4 or 5 schools who've not played a game yet. So their spring is going to be really hectic. Ours is going to be very busy, but not quite to that level. And we all know that you get a couple of injuries here and there, or even kids are out just for a week or 10 days, and that could mean 2 or 3 games missed in the conference for other programs. Hopefully we can get fit and healthy, and hopefully we've had a lot of injuries in the fall. Hopefully that bad karma's behind us and we can stay healthy in the spring. I think we're in a great position. If we can get to the tournament final and onto the national tournament, we will be absolutely delighted.
And when it comes to this interesting break between the fall and spring season, what is the message to your players right now when it comes to the preparation for what will be the final stretch and hopefully, as you mentioned, a championship run?
Yeah, I mean, just don't take too much of a break. I mean, it'd be easier, I think, in these 3 months to let fitness go by the way. Our plan is to make sure we're on top of that. Coach Whiting has already sent out a lifting program to the team for the winter break, so that's good. We're going to be talking to them about our expectations in terms of running and staying fit. We also plan on watching some games with our players in small groups, either games we've played or other games, and just keeping focused on what we're doing. It is a long break, but like I say, we've got points in the bag. I would always rather have the points than the games in hand. So I think we're in a great position, but it's just don't let down. Don't waste this opportunity and don't throw away all the hard work we've put in over the last 3 or 4 months.
Well, Andy, you guys have been incredibly exciting to watch so far. I can't wait for the spring portion of the season to roll around here. Just a few months until that happens. Until then, thank you again. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Jason, as always.
Well, we have plenty of good interviews on hand for you on this week's show. Our own Dylan Morello caught up with Lawrence Tech Athletic Director Scott Trudeau to chat about some of the brand new teams that will be added to Lawrence Tech Athletics in the coming months.
Dylan Morello here with the LTU Sports Report, joined by LTU Athletic Director Scott Trudeau. Mr. Trudeau, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Dylan.
Lawrence Tech has began to start up a lot of new athletic initiatives. We know you have a big hand in that process. Can you tell me a little bit about the 3 new varsity teams that you're adding for fall 21?
We're getting pretty used to adding teams. We're looking to make it 35 teams next year with the addition of women's hockey, cheer and dance, and esports. So exciting time here at Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, can you enlighten us a little bit about the process in adding those 3 teams?
You know, this made the most sense for us to add these sports. Women's hockey is one that we've tried to add over the last few years, but now it's really taken off. We got Coach Moore coming in. He's a Minnesota native. Esports, obviously, you know, being a tech school, that's kind of a given that everyone's going to be gaming. And then cheer and dance, we've kind of had a club team, so that was a natural progression, is to turn that into a varsity team.
You're also looking to expand rosters, existing ones, for several current teams. Can you enlighten us on which teams that will be happening for?
In track and field, we just started that this year. So obviously in your first year, you don't have a full-size roster. We don't have everyone competing in all the field events. So that's our first and foremost one, is to expand that roster, get up to about 60 student athletes total. We wanted to expand a little bit on our marching band and our pep band. Director Anthony Case is in charge of that charge and bringing on more students to be part of the band, so we can have a 120-person band out there. And then we're looking to expand in the men's volleyball roster. So right now we're a little low in numbers. We can't even run 6-on-6 in scrimmages, so we're just looking to fill that. It'll make it a more competitive team.
Where can potential student athletes get more information on what to do?
So the best thing is to just go on our website, LTUathletics.com. There's a Be Recruited tab on there. And really we're looking for anyone that might have any interest in those sports.
Well, now we're going to take a short break, but first let's hear from our sponsors over at Henry Ford Sports Medicine. Welcome back to the LTU Sports Report. Now let's meet one of our newest assistant football coaches.
Hi, my name is Antoine Manning. I am the defensive run game coordinator, linebackers coach, and recruiting coordinator. For this, I've been coaching for 18 years, almost 20, coached at a numerous of Division II, NAI, D3, and 1AA schools. Previously, I was at Edward Waters College, where I was the associate head coach and defensive coordinator. Mostly looking for this season is improving on last year, having a better output, and having a great year.
LTU football is ready for kickoff. A huge push to grow the roster is on now. Scholarship opportunities are available. If you are interested in playing football at Lawrence Technological University, recruit yourself by going to the football page at LTUathletics.com.
Well, we just took a look at one of our coaches. Now let's switch over to the playing field and get to know one of our LTU cross-country student athletes.
I'm David Yaskovich. I'm a freshman and I'm on the cross-country team. Favorite TV show is South Park because I really like comedies. It makes me laugh a lot. I want to go to Iceland because I see some pictures from there and it's really beautiful with all the northern lights. My favorite superhero is Spider-Man. I have no idea why.
Lawrence Tech softball has been picking up more and more momentum in recent years. Head coach Karen Baird and that crew recently had their latest signing day. Let's check it out.
My name is Morgan Dane. This is my mom and my stepdad.
Oh man, it's a party. Congratulations, welcome to the LTU family.
Hi, I'm Lauren Fife. I have my mom, my dad,
my grandparents, and my brother is here. I am a catcher and an outfielder, and I'm a lefty slapper. I chose LTU because of the great industrial design program that they have.
My name is Taylor Sodolak, and I'm an outfielder.
Hey, thank you. I'm Chloe Carpenter. This is my dad, Chris, my mom, Jen, and my brother, Zach. I'm a second baseman, and I chose LTU just because it's the perfect balance for me. The school has a great lab-to-classroom ratio, which is great for my learning style, and the softball team just felt like a family, and I like that you were all competitive while having fun. So thank you, coaches, for giving me this opportunity.
Nice.
Hey!
This is my mom, Denise. This is my brother, Anthony.
Hello.
Grandpa. And this is my grandma. I chose LTU because I love the small class size and how personal it all feels, because I have a lot of classes that feel like that, and that's just the environment that I learned the best in. And I just loved the softball team and how everyone was so welcoming, and it just really feels like a family.
I'm Sarah Kolaski. I'm a third baseman and a catcher, and I'm here with my mom, my stepdad, Jim, my mom's Jenny, and then my grandma, Karen. I chose LTU basically because of the great academic opportunities that it offers. And then, like the other girl said, I love the family atmosphere that's brought to the softball team. And I want to thank both you coaches, too, for giving me this opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Sarah. Congratulations.
Well, LTU just hosted their virtual Blue Devil Days. Don't worry if you missed it. There's another one coming up in December. Let's find out what it's all about.
Lawrence Technological University understands the importance of visiting a campus before enrolling in your college career. Here in 2020, LTU is offering the next best thing. 2 virtual open houses with tons of ways for you to investigate everything this nationally recognized university has to offer. Simply known as Blue Devil Days, you can explore their renowned academic programs in architecture, design, engineering, technology, science, and business. There's also an opportunity to hear about the admissions process and an overview of financial aid. You'll end the day with a student panel able to speak to current LTU students specifically about their college experience. The next virtual Blue Devils Day is on Saturday, December 12th, so be sure to RSVP today before space runs out. Just head over to upcoming.ltu.edu, click on Events and Tours, and then click on Virtual Events. The next 4 years are going to be the most important of your life. Do yourself a service and check out Lawrence Technological University.
Lawrence Tech was just named the recipients of a MegaGrant from Epic Games, which is the company behind the video game Fortnite, and we spoke to the professor who made the grant possible.
Joel Graves here with Mars Ashton, who is the assistant professor at LTU, who helps run a lot of the games programs over there. How you doing, Mars?
I'm good. How are you doing, Joel?
We've heard word of something called the Epic MegaGrant. Could you tell us what that is and a little bit about it?
So the Epic MegaGrant is something that I had proposed. It's in 2 parts. One, it's a kind of sponsored, dedicated home base on campus. That is the Epic Center for Unreal Technology. And then the second part would be a series of certification and workshop offerings that Lawrence Tech would house.
So how did this come about? Did you reach out to them, or did they reach out to the school, or how did that really happen?
So Epic Games kind of put out this big open call, really asking for proposals of many kinds, not just within education, but it was a very quick grant proposal. And it was accepted. So, of course, with the pandemic and having some kind of like sponsored, studio space to update and make, all fancy and flashy to house this kind of stuff, it's like the worst timing.
Would this change the curriculum in any way for, I don't know, maybe scripting for game art students or anything of that nature?
Yeah, undoubtedly. Like the short answer is yes. The Unreal Engine has always been something that we've tried to incorporate. There is an absolute need for Unreal trained individuals throughout Michigan. I mean, with automotive and film picking up the Unreal Engine, a lot of opportunities available for people. And with this partnership, we're really looking to capitalize on that. And, I mean, frankly, a lot of our faculty, we, have experience within Unreal. We're right now really focusing on kind of the non-curricular side of things with the workshops and this certification. So this will be something that'll really be supplemental and, geared towards students as well as professionals in the area.
Do you think there's possible for, later down the line for more partnership or sponsorship from Unreal and different projects around campus?
Undoubtedly, really this initial grant has sparked a lot of conversations about future funding. And the wonderful folks at the education side, their education team at Epic Games have really urged us to, continue looking for more funding in this realm, that they want to fund these opportunities, and, provided these workshops, are proven to succeed. And I'm very confident that they will, given the team and the interest that is within this area.
Well, thanks again, Mars, for coming out. Always a pleasure. Have a interview with you. Hopefully, the next few weeks we can have you back on.
Well, thank you once again for tuning into the LTU Sports Report. We always appreciate your support. Don't forget, you can follow everything LTU Athletics at LTU Athletics on social media. That's Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram to keep up with your Blue Devils. I'm Jason Ross Jr. Have a wonderful weekend.